Hello, this is Stories from the Top, B2B Sales Buzz with Boxavanas, and I am your hostess, Jennifer Boxavanas. Our next interviewee is Rafik Nakhla, who is the Group HR Manager for A&P Group. I met him at a presentation I was giving. I was talking about the 5 huge pitfalls that independent professionals make in selling and how to overcome them. And he raised his hand and said, I want to talk about these pitfalls. I encounter them all the time. I am a buyer of many of the services that are in this room. And everyone turned to Rafik to hear what he had to say. After that, I knew this gentleman had had some sort of history in sales and really wanted to see his point of view from the sales side and also from the buying side. So right now, we are going to hear a sales tip from Mr. Rafik Nakhla. So, hi, Rafik. It's great to see you. I wanted to ask you to give an introduction about yourself and maybe the company that you work with.
Hi, Jennifer. It's good to see you again. And thank you for inviting me for that interview. A brief introduction about myself. I'm Rafik Nakhla. I started early on my career in sales, but I ended up to be in human resources now. So I switched places from being on the selling side to being on the receiving side. Although I do some selling to convince some of our candidates to join, but this is on the side. I work with a construction company. It's a Cypriot company called A&P, and I have been with them for the past 4 years. I've worked in Dubai for the past 7 years, and I'm enjoying life here.
Yes, and what I found to be really interesting when I spoke to you about this interview was that you have a lot of salespeople that are coming up to you and trying to sell some specific products or services to your HR department. So I would like to ask you to share a sales tip on what you think my audience, who is mainly people who have a sales role, how they can sell better.
Okay. Most of the sales that approach the HR department and approach me, whether by phone or by email, they don't do any research. So they don't know about the company, they don't know about our processes, and what they tend to do is go very aggressively trying to ask for the business immediately. And that puts me off, because first you have to understand what am I doing and how we are doing our business. In order to be able to provide me with a solution, you have to understand if I have any problem. But if I don't have any problem, then there is no place for your product to fit in, or your service.
Absolutely.
So the first attempt, we are here, we want to, for example, recruitment agencies, we want to know if you are recruiting right now. Hold on, hold your fire a little bit. Did I know you? Do I know your company? Do I know anything about you? Do you know my company? Do you know what we are doing? Do you know how we go about the process of qualifying a supplier? You don't know it. So hold on. You cannot jump 10 steps ahead and get to closing the sales without a preliminary proper homework. Preliminary proper homework requires that you study the company. Then the first call would be, we are this company, and we would like to explore how you are doing your business, if you have any issues regards doing the business, if there are gaps that we can fill in. Then we can start discussing.
Completely agree with you. You know, really studying a potential customer ahead of time, making some assumptions, and at least asking that potential customer to validate them or unvalidate them has at least showed that the seller has done something, has made some research. So can you also share with us a story where a salesperson came to you and actually did do their homework and it turned out really well, or didn't do their homework and it turned out to be a disaster?
So as a salesperson that did his homework, it happened when I attended a presentation from a company offering us some kind of solutions. And this solution fits within the system that we are trying to implement on our projects. So he knows clearly what he is offering. He knows clearly what are the problems that we face on site. And he knows clearly how he can help us to resolve this problem and reduce waste. So now we are talking business. It's somebody who is very knowledgeable about how that particular product that he has can help a company handle some common problem. He had done his research, he understands the problems of the industry, so he's coming with a package that helps. No construction company will tell him, no, we are not facing this.
So if you were to share some recommendations on where salespeople should go to get this type of information and do their homework, what would your suggestion be?
First suggestion is to go and visit the company website. Mm-hmm. You have a lot of information on the company website. You will understand what the company is doing. Go and ask questions. Call the receptionist. I want to know about your company. I want to know about the person who is responsible. I want to know about how we are doing. I want to know about your projects. We are construction, so we definitely have projects at hand. Yeah. So the obvious question is, how many projects do you have right now? How you are doing it? How you are supplying your manpower? How you are hiring your people? So you come up and tell me if you have a different way of helping me do this.
Absolutely. And another helpful tip that I like to give to salespeople, besides going to company websites and talking to someone in the company, if they're unable to get that type of information, is just to go and source someone in the same industry as your potential customer. Find a friend, find a referral, and say, look, I'm about to approach this company. What kind of information should I know or should I ask about? And it just takes a little bit of curiosity to really go out there and find someone to help you ahead of time to make that salesperson look credible to someone like you.
I'll tell you a disaster point here.
Okay.
They claim that they are doing business with a lot of construction company, and yet they don't understand ABC of doing the business. They claim that they are providing solutions to construction companies in the market, and they don't know.
Wow.
How you can capitalize on your existing customer line who are doing business with you to get a deeper understanding of the business, about problems, about issues, about concerns, and how your product or service can fit in and help. If I don't see an added value, I will never buy. If I have already suppliers that are providing me with a service, why should I venture to add a new one if it doesn't come with something different?
And better.
Yeah, more value.
More value. Well, Rafik, thank you so much for those comments. I'm sure my audience is going to find a few golden nuggets in there. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. It was a real pleasure, Jennifer.
I hope that you enjoyed that sales tip from Rafik. If anything that Rafik and I discussed today resonated with you, please leave a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Or if you just liked the video, please give me a like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you.